Good morning, my friends. Welcome back to my channel. It's Belinda here from Visualized NZ. First up, my apologies for yesterday's video. It was such a weird angle and the lighting was not fantastic. The color of the lighting, I don't know what happened. I am playing around with my setup to try and get the best result. So please bear with me as I fiddle around with things and trying to come up with something that will work. Now today I think I've got a good angle, but it means I've got like 2 to 3 inches on the desk in front of me that are not being used. So like I've pushed my mat further this way so that you're more up and down, which I'm gonna try, but I suspect I might be off camera at some points. So again, just bear with me. So Trashcraft Tuesday today. I was sent some very cool envelopes by the lovely Selena. Hi Selena. And I want to do an envelope project because I feel like I haven't done one for ages. It hasn't actually been all that long, but I'm just, a little bit of withdrawals or something. I just feel the need to have a play. And this one is really cool. It's got a window on the front and the back, which I think is very fun. I've never had one that's had a window on both sides. So first up, I need to trim it down to the size of my page. I've already marked where I need to cut it because I thought that's something I can, sort of a bit of prep I can do off camera. Just taking care of getting it. So I've made marks at my, oh excuse me, at that sort of outside measurement of what I'd want. So I'm just kind of like coming in a little bit from that because I don't mind if it's a little bit shorter than my page. Much prefer that than too long. Okay, so just trimmed top and bottom. I chose to do top and bottom, one because I want it open, but two, I didn't want to bring it too close to our windows. So if I just did one side, then, it would bring it too close. So we have this fun piece with 2 really cool windows. Isn't that fun? Now it is actually a shiny envelope. So we're going to be covering the whole thing. And it's also got a bit of damage where it was opened. That's fine. We can deal with that. I'm just wondering, do I want to just trim that off? And I think I will, rather than try and repair it, because it's like so super thin, like, the term paper thin. Well, this is thinner than paper. It is paper, but you know what I mean? I hope you do. Or am I just blathering on? So just going to trim off, I think, all of that white bit, because the whole of the white bit is a little worse for wear. So not gonna try and rescue that bit. Okay, so we're left with this part, the back on the window, on the back of the envelope, which is mostly window, which is really fun. There is a little bit of damage on the plastic, like when it ran through the mail machine, it's left some lines and some marks. I have tried to see if I can get them off, but it doesn't look like I can. So we'll just either ignore them or find a way to deal with them. So let's start collaging up. Normally I like my torn edges, and if you are used to my channel, you will know this about me. But today I want to go with more of a patchworky feel for my collage, so I want to do straight lines. And I'm working hopefully with mostly scraps. And I want to make this for the Eclectic Florals journal, hence the patchwork sort of style. So I'm just going to crack right into it, start laying down some bits and pieces. And yeah, let's get this Trashcraft Tuesday underway, and hope I am not driven too crazy by working so far away from me. But never mind, we'll give it a go. And if I actually find it okay, well, that's great. I won't know unless I try, will I? So let's just try it out and see. Okay, so a lot of the piece scraps I've got have got like torn edges, so I'm going to have to like tear bits off and then straighten up and, you know, all that jazz. So bit of tearing, bit of gluing, or should I say a lot of tearing, a lot of gluing. And I've got mostly floral scraps, but I do have a few other bits like stripes and things. And primarily I'm using from the Spring Bounty kits and the Vintage Wrapping Paper Set 2 kits, all from the Junk Journal Studio. That's what I'm hoping to use. There may be other little bits and pieces that kind of put an appearance in. We shall see. So it's like, I don't mind a bit of overlap. I think overlap's fine for my patchworky sort of style. So this is more of a like text and numbers and things. I'll probably cover over that end, so I'm actually going to leave that end. I think that will be fine. I'll just make sure that we put another bit of paper over top of it to make it straight. So how are you all today? I hope you're having a good week so far. It's Monday for me as I record this, so it will go up on Tuesday. So it's very, very early in the week for me. I tried to see if I could fix up my video for today that you will see today as I'm recording this. But just no. The editing I tried to do, and I started uploading the edited version, it just looked 10 times worse than the original. So I thought, well, that's no good. We'll just go back to the original, and it is what it is, unfortunately. It happens, you know, particularly when you're trying to work out a new system. I think we can pop that all the way down there. Let's keep on with that line. Yeah, technology, eh? It's fantastic. Until you have an issue or you change things. But we'll get there. So just a bit of grace for me at this stage as I try and work that out. I want the best for you guys, and right now that's not going so well with my recording. The first one of my new setup was actually not too bad, but I had a few comments saying about the shadow. So I thought, well, I'll give it a go. And so I gave it a go of trying to fix that issue and ended up mucking up everything. Yeah. But I think the shadow is here to stay until I get another light source. So I've got a light source to this side, which is tall. And I think that's the problem, is it's not low enough to balance out the light source on this side. And it's a tall lampstand, so I can't just put it lower. That doesn't work. It's not adjustable. It's a very old cast iron one that's been in my family for many, many years. And I love it. But I think that's the issue, is between the two light sources. And also that the two light sources are different temperatures of light, which is another issue, which I think I ran into with the Deal It Up Challenge video, is that the balance was off between the two colours. So that's where I'm at. It's all very technical, all very boring, and all very annoying, because I don't want it to be horrible for you guys to watch, because you're distracted or put off by shadows or sound or colour or whatever. It's not the ideal world, and much of this world is not ideal, is it? Let's face it. There's a lot of horrible stuff going on in the world at the moment, but here we are crafting, we are creating stuff, we're having some fun. So let's remove all that yucky stuff and just concentrate on a bit of us time. Does that sound good to you? Sounds good to me. Some us time, some crafting time, some joy time, some time creating. Now, I could wrap that around. I think I will. I'll just wrap that around to the other side. I didn't grab out another glue stick, so hopefully there's enough in this glue stick to get me through. So I'd love it if you craft along. If you haven't got a specific project that you would like to do right now, how about grabbing an old envelope and just collaging along with me? Keep me company, why don't you? That was, I don't know why I said that. That sounded really, really weird to my ears when I said that. Right. I didn't intend that, but we've got like a balance of the pink at the top and the blue at the sides. That was totally unplanned. Right. Let's add in some yellow stripes just because we can. Do we want to put a yellow stripy strip? Yellow stripy strip sounds cool. So I can use the stripes to kind of gauge where I want to go to, which is about there. I am finding it interesting working in my own shadow. The shadow that the ruler is casting is making it a little interesting to try and judge, but that's okay. Take that up a bit further, about there. So what's going on in your life? Fill me in on the deets. Good, bad, indifferent. What's on your craft desk? You tell me what you're crafting on, whether you're crafting along with me or not. Or you're just snatching a few moments in between tasks to grab a little inspiration on the trot. So I've found myself having to watch videos, YouTube videos in sections. So like I can't very often at the moment get through a whole video all at once, which is a little annoying because you kind of lose the flow. But I'd rather do that than not watch at all. You know, I don't want to miss out on, you know, catching my friends on YouTube and continuing to feed that inspiration, because that's important too. Otherwise, if I go dry, what am I going to do a video on? I'm actually going to cut that because that is such a small sliver of white. I have my doubts that I will actually tear it with the ruler, and this will just actually be quicker. I could have grabbed out my guillotine, but we're already done, so there's that. Sometimes it's quicker and some to grab out a guillotine or something. Sometimes it's quicker just to grab your scissors and do it. So I think if I bring it down, I might be able to see where I'm lining it up. How about we do that? That might make more sense. So have our stripes going different ways. Where's my glue page there? This should be big enough for this. So have I got anything interesting to tell you? Oh gosh, there was silence there, so perhaps I don't. Hubby made a couple of big batches of Russian fudge at the weekend. So he's going to be making Russian fudge for the next community dinner for people to take away. We think at this stage it will be for, you know, little packets of it that they can take away at the end of the evening as a little Christmas kind of gift thing. But he wanted to have a practice before that. So he practiced over the weekend. He made 2 batches. he loves making it, but we, you know, we try and avoid sugar, so we don't want lots of fudge running around. So it'd been a few years since he'd made it. So he gave it a test run and took one batch to our church yesterday, and it was an ice cream container, you know, 2-litre ice cream container full of fudge. And when we walked out of church at the end, there was none left. And our church is not huge. There were probably aroundish 30 people maybe. Do I actually want the butterflies on there? Maybe I just want the flowers at the side. Butterflies would be really nice for a big tag or a journal card, I think. This is from Spring Bounty. So that was funny. It's like even the paper that was in the bottom of the container was gone. So somebody, I think, which is fine, like absolutely not a problem. We told them to, you know, not leave any, just make sure it was all gone, because we didn't want to bring it home. So somebody had done just that, and I think good on them. And I suspect I know who it is, which is kind of cute, but I didn't actually see, so I'm not sure if I'm right or not, but I kind of suspect there's a particular family, and she was very gleeful when she found that there was fudge, and her son had a whole like stack of it during church that he munched his way through, and I suspect they probably took whatever was left, which is great, you know, people can use it. And then the other batch, the second batch, he has taken to his workplace today. So his workplace are going to be all hyped up on sugar. So that should be a bit of fun. So yeah, he likes to do things like that as part of his giving. He's got a gift of giving. And so it makes him very happy to be able to give things like that, or you know, whatever, to make people happy. It makes him happy. So that's the story from the weekend, I guess, is the old fudge. Yep, shall we just pop that in there? Do we want to chop it down or just leave it that width? Let's just leave it that width. No sense messing around if we don't have to. Let's just plop it down. Deal with some of my scraps, because honestly it's just exploding territory, really. Particularly I've been making Christmas bauble journals that were inspired by Bumblebee Crafts as part of the Christmas Craft Off 23 collaboration with Rach and Bella Crafts. I was super inspired by her video, and I've made 4 of the bauble journals, which has left me with a ton of Christmas scraps. So I really need to do a Christmas based project with the scraps. Now, I hope I'm on camera, because I haven't really been concentrating that hard on whether I'm actually on camera or not. So I hope I have been. That's... you might be able to use the bottom bit, but not right now. Sorry about reaching. Put that down there. We've got it there, but that's okay. That's going to be folded. Where's the fold? Fold's about there. Yeah, that's okay. I can live with that. I don't mind it being on both sides. So yes, if I slip off camera, I'm trying to resist pulling my mat forward, and it's very difficult because normally I would, and normally I have it, you know, my old setup, I'd have it positioned right on the edge of my desk, right in front of me, and it's a very hard habit to break, as habits generally are, aren't they? Any habit is hard to break, whether it's a good one or a bad one. They are habits because we've just fallen into a rhythm with them, and to break the rhythm is uncomfortable. Oh, what about some of this? Or maybe we've got a smaller scrap. Oh, how about some of this? Oh, it's kind of very jarring though, isn't it? It's like everything else is pastel, so I'm not feeling that. Maybe this one. How about we do a bit that way? And then we would have had this side collaged up, so it hasn't taken too long. So I think Snuggles was a bit miffed with me this morning. Our youngest girl cat. She's not our youngest cat, but she's our youngest female cat. And she loves to follow you around, and she loves to be in the bathroom when you're having a shower, and you know, just likes to be all up in your business and know what you're doing, where you are, and she doesn't like being shut out of places. And this morning I was like, I just don't want you in the bathroom with me today. So I tricked her into going out into the hallway, gave her a pat, and then quickly ducked into the bathroom and shut the door. And when I came out, she was curled up on the bed and she just didn't look up. Normally she'd look up and, you know, she'd follow me around the bed and stuff. No, she did not look. I think she was entirely miffed that I had shut her out. But she came round. When I opened the curtains in the bedroom after I got dressed, she looked up, and then I leaned over and patted her, and then before long she was coming, purring and rubbing against me and looking for my hands for the pats. And so I think she's forgiven me. But yes, it's funny when your cats get miffed at you. Right, so just folding those fold lines so I actually know where they are, because once you've collaged the other side it can be difficult to tell. So I want to know where they are, because my idea for this is that we'll have this flap attached to the page. If I grab a page out, which is just to my side here, so like attached to the page, and we can use that as a side pocket or a tuck spot. And then on this side it'll flip out, and we'll have whatever we do in here. Okay, so we don't need to collage this bit. It's not sticky. That's where the tape closure was, but it's not sticky, so that's all good. So we don't need to collage that bit. We just need to do this bit and this bit, and then work out what we want to do, whether we want to do pockets or writing space. Actually, we probably need to decide that first, because if we want writing space, we need to plan for writing space. Right, well, this isn't going to be writing space, so let's collage that and overlap it a bit, and then we can always put writing space over top of that little bit. So that sounds like a plan for now. So let's go ahead. Maybe we'll grab a bit of this for here. It's got lines down there from my printer, but I think that will be okay. Right. There. So thicker paper, this one. It's presentation paper as opposed to copy paper. So it's a little harder to tear, just a little. And do I want to tear a bit off the bottom? I think so. Or do I? Yes, I do. Just a little bit. So I'm not covering all that pink there, because then it's like, well, we've just lost some of the most interesting bit of that piece. That, in my world, doesn't make a lot of sense. So yes, so I think Snuggles has gotten over my little trick. Hopefully. She's pretty good. She's pretty forgiving. She's also a right little rat bag at times. It's just if I take her in the bathroom, I use a bath stool in the shower, because since my surgery, I just haven't felt comfortable standing on a sloping, slippery surface, because our shower's over the bath. I'm fine if it's a shower cubicle, but we don't have a shower cubicle. So if we go in the bathroom and she comes in, she's straight on the stool, and then it's like I've got to try and get her off so I can have my shower, and it's just like I just couldn't be bothered with it this morning. You know, some days you just can't be bothered. And yeah, it's not long enough. Not long enough. This one is, though. Do this one. I might take it to line up with that, roughly. That edge of that. Oops. Hold it down might be a good plan. Just roughly with the second window. And then I need to trim that down a little bit more. Or do I want to... I'm going to wrap it over. Gonna wrap it. I don't know. Don't ask me why I suddenly break out in a little sing-songy voice from time to time. It's a mystery. Mystery to me, mystery to my husband. It just kind of happens from time to time. Right, so I'm just going to fold that over. Because, you know, why not? Oh, now I've put that on so far that I can see the white. That was bad planning, wasn't it? So let's fix that. Let's fix my mistake. Let's just put a strip of this down, just a narrow one. Let's go. There. And let's go about that wide, because that gives me enough to hold on to. That's why I'm doing it that wide. I could tear it comfortably. I caught the other one, so I didn't have the white on the other side, but I just didn't think about that strip. It's all fixable. Just extra layers of strength and decoration. That's all we've got going on. Sticky. Right, now we've taken care of the white. Awesome. Right, on we go. So this week, what's happening this week in my world? There's a family dinner on Friday, the end of the month. There's a strip of white on that, so I'm going to tear that down. I'm not sure if I'm going to this one. I want to, because it's the last one for the year, but one, the money, you know, paying for lunch, and yeah, pretty much that's the reason, is money. We've also got a church dinner on the Saturday night, so we are going out for a meal on Saturday night. So that'll be like 2 meals out in 2 days, which is fine. I mean, that's fun, isn't it? But yeah, not sure. I want to go. I want to see my mum. I want to see the rest of the extended family. I want to, you know, do all that. But just paying for that meal. And because my giveaway journal, the draw for that doesn't happen until the beginning of December, so I need to make sure I've got enough money to cover the posting of it. You know, if somebody, say for example in America, wins it, then I've got to make sure I've got the money to actually send it out, because it wouldn't be any good to do a giveaway and then not be able to send it because I didn't save that money, set that money aside. So I'm very conscious of not spending that any money really until that's taken care of. And so yeah, we'll see. We'll see whether I end up going for lunch or not. It's not the end of the world if I don't go. It's absolutely fine. I think I just want to collage along here, along the at least I think till this edge of the envelope around this part. One, because of the plastic. Two, because you're not going to really do much writing around there anyway. And to be honest, you could actually write on this decorative paper because it's not super dark. So maybe I actually want something longer to go right to the edge. Or do I want to just go to the edge of the window? Make a decision. Don't spend all day. Right, just to the edge of the envelope, I think. I can always change my mind and put something else down there, so this will be fine. Yeah, so that's a couple of things coming up this week. I'm teaching a journal making workshop on Thursday night, which I've got quite a bit of prep to do, make sure I've got everything ready. I was unsure what I was going to do for a cover. You know, something that's doable within the time frame that we've got for the workshop, because we're making a whole journal, which is, you know, a lot to do in a short amount of time. So I finally came up with an idea for the cover. I was sitting at my desk this morning as hubby was bringing me breakfast, and I looked up and saw my shelf of my personal journals. It's across the room, but it's in front of me. And I saw my first journal when I started journaling proper, and realized it was covered in wallpaper, and I haven't done a wallpaper journal for ages. And it was like, yes, quick, easy, wallpaper, some cardstock and some adhesive, and you've got a cover pretty much, you know. So that's what we're going to do for the cover. So I was quite relieved to work that one out, because it was bugging me. I was like, I'm not sure which way to go. And everything I was thinking of was like, well, that's going to take too long. Like collage is quite time consuming. And I was like, I can't do collage with them, because we won't have time to actually make the journal. And, you know, it's a paid class. So they're expecting to walk away with a journal. So I need to make sure that I've got things sort of planned out well enough that we actually get to that point. I've left a piece of metal, a metal tube on the floor from my new camera setup, that I've taken a section out to try and position it better. And Puss just came in and found it and is rolling it around the floor with this metallic tap, tap, tap ringing sound. I don't know if you can hear it. It's not loud, but it's quite funny. And it's distracting. Gosh, I'm going through a ton of blue pages here, but that's what they're for. So it's quite amusing. I find my cats very amusing. Very cute, very amusing. Kelly came home for breakfast and had some cuddles, which was lovely, and she's now up in the cat bed behind me. Every now and then I hear her stir and have a wash or something, or change position. But she, last few days, or maybe most of last week, she wasn't around a lot. She was still coming for meals, but then she'd go back outside because we've been having some beautiful spring weather. So most of the cats have been spending more time outside. So it's really nice to have her inside for a bit, you know, a bit longer. Okay, think that's going to fit there. Okay, so I'm just doing to the edge of that window. Got to remind myself. Getting memories on Facebook at the moment. You know how they do photo memories? So you might remember this and they'll tell you how many years ago. Well, I'm getting a lot at the moment of Snuggles when we got her. We got her from the SPCA. And so I've had photos popping up as memories from 7 years ago when we got her. Of when she was in the cage at the SPCA, and of once we got a home, of various pictures that I took or my husband took of her. It's so cute. She was so little. She's not a big cat, but she's certainly a lot bigger now than she was back then. I can't remember how old she was when we got her. I think she might have been like 10 weeks or something. So she wasn't a tiny kitten. Or maybe 8 weeks. I really can't remember. But yeah, 7 years ago we got Snuggles. So that's fun, seeing those old pictures pop up. Yeah, right. No, that's all good. There's a tiny sliver of white showing, but I can live with it. It's not too bad. Okay, so again, I just want to fold that line so I don't lose it. Possibly should let that glue dry a little bit more, but see, I've got white here too. Gosh, I'm not paying much attention. It was on that piece. That's all right. That's all right. I can totally live with it. It's not too bad. It's not as much white as I had on the other bit that I added in. Right, I should have waited to fold that until that glue was really good and dry. But anyway, here we go. Right, so do we want writing space here, or do we want to do something else? Decisions. Because so far we've got no deliberate writing space. So that's going to flip out, and that's going to flip. So we also need to think about how we're going to display something in the pockets. So I could just put an image in there. Have I got something? Like, we could just put an image of something in there, you know, that shows that's permanently attached. That's one way we could go. I don't know. I'm making this up as I go along. And what about, where's those butterflies? They might be too big. Yeah, they're going to be too big. We'd just get part of the butterflies. Have I got anything else? Actually, I wonder. What I'm looking for is the Spring Bounty tags, the large ones, the freebies. This one, just to have a look. It might not be the right height. Oh, it would be the right height actually. Okay, I've got an idea. Do I want maybe this one with the blue on it, and that's got a few flowers. So let's just run with it. I'm not entirely sure how this is going to go, but I'm just going to run with it. It was a total gamble as to whether I was cutting it in the right place. Oh, not quite. That's all right. These tags are available from the Junk Journal Studio on her Coffee page. A set of tags that match the Spring Bounty, and there's multiple colours, multiple sizes in this freebie. It's a great freebie. It's absolutely beautiful. Great bases. Right, that I haven't cut this straight, so I think I need to cut this straight first. Otherwise everything's going to be not straight. There we go, that's better. So now I can actually cut this side straight. Oh, I love my guillotine. Right, now just going to do these angles as well. I could just do them with scissors, but I love using my guillotine. Have I told you? I think I have. I think I've told you. I think I may have mentioned something somewhere along the line that I love using my guillotine. But in case you've never heard it, I love using my guillotine. Okay, that's enough. Right. Oh, I still left a little bit of white on that, so now I am just going to go in. Trim off that little bit of offensive white. Sip of my coffee. Gosh, our time is rocketing on, so I better hurry it up, hey? So I'm thinking there. I'm not sure whether I'm going to keep the tag shape or not. Fold that there. I am just totally winging it. No idea what I'm doing really. Does that still fold? Yes, that still folds. Wondering about making this a little flippy-do here, or a little pocket, and then doing something in the window here. We could even have it straight, you know. We could even have it straight. What am I trying to say? We could even have this as a tuck spot, so you actually slid something into that behind the window. In which case would we want to turn it around this way? No, no, nope, 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 nope. So how complicated do I want to get? That is the question right now. This is white, so we need to also do something about that. Okay, so this part I think I'm just going to do writing space. So copy dyed paper, something like that, just on this part. Because I want to concentrate for what time we've got left on this part and kind of resolve what I want to do here. So I'm really liking, it's just a bit funky, it's different, it's unexpected, it's like, why would you do that? Well, just because it's fun, kind of thing. Because, you know, sometimes it's fun just to play. Just to see what it's going to turn out like, with no kind of real idea of whether it's a good idea or a bad idea, or making a rod for one's own back. So I do want to stencil it to take away that white. What colour do I want to do? We've got blue and yellow on the piece. We've got yellow, blues, purples, pinks, so pretty much any colour really. I might go with pink, I think. Spun sugar. Just hunting for the sponge. Where are you? Sponge, come here. And that's not it. Oh, I don't know where it's gone, so this one will do. Need to drop. Whoops. Sending things flying onto the floor. I do need to distress around the edges as well. But I will only do the bits that I need to before I glue things down. Right, this sponge will do because I can't find my sponge, my normal sponge that I've been using for spun sugar. It is missing in action, and the potential is that I have gone ahead and used it for a different colour, so it's no longer the pink. Anyway, I do love a bit of stenciling just to take away from the white, just add a little something without, you know, necessarily covering the whole piece. Because if I don't need the weight of additional layers of paper, then, you know, a bit of stenciling is a good answer to decorating. Oops, did I move that? No, I think it's all good. I do love the spun sugar. It's such a pretty pale pink, very delicate. My fingers are sticking to the stencil. I must have glue residue on my fingers. How unusual that would be. Right, how's that looking? Have we gone? Oh, we need to go a bit further over here, I think. Not sure if it's actually going to show or not. Now, I actually think I might add a little bit more and a slightly darker. This is Crisp Cantaloupe from Stampin' Up, and it's sort of a peachy corally colour, but sometimes I like adding just a little bit of this for some slight sort of depth and variation in the colour, and I find it actually goes quite well with the spun sugar, even though it's like more orangey. Because the spun sugar is so pale, I think they kind of complement each other. Just give it a little bit of extra. Yeah, nice. Right, so now that it's got spun sugar and crisp cantaloupe on it. Right, stencil away over there for now. Right, so I need to distress. Which is further going to add to taking away that white. I'm not going to make it into something that something tucks in behind. I've rejected that idea. So whatever I put in this window will need to be on the back of this tag. And I'm keeping the shape of it just because I think that's a little added detail. It's a bit of fun. Crumbs. Right, so that's going to glue down there. think I'm just going to make it a pocket here. I'm going to, I think, glue this top bit down. Do I want to do that, or do I want to leave it? Just glue it. No, I think I'm going to glue. Make a decision, just make it happen. So this top angle bit I'm just going to glue down. And so our little tuck will just be the straight edge. Be like that. Just going to make sure I position it so the angle covers the window at the top there. Okay, so we'll have our little pocket here, liking that. So we need something there. Have I got something in my gardening book that would be the right size? Don't want a vegetable, I want something floral. No, too wide. Oh, this could work. Let's have a look at this. Gladioli. Oh, try and tear it out without ruining all the other pages. Oh, look, that's perfect, isn't it? Look at that. That couldn't really be more perfect. So these marks are still here. I think we might just have to live with them, unless I put like we could put a label, because there's some blank space, and put it over the window so it hides it. Let's do that, but first let's take care of getting this in. So I'm just gonna, oh, I've gone croaky, come off that torn edge. Excuse me. Sip of my cold coffee, and take it down there. I think we should be all good. Just straighten this up a bit, just because we need to make sure that it's completely covered by this. So I'll do some more trimming down, just holding it up to the light to make sure I can getting all the image. Oh, we've got webs poking through here as well, so yep, I think that's working. So just trim it so that we don't have any peeking out from behind our little tag piece here. So I'm actually covering, I'm realizing, the entire front of this tag, which is kind of a bit pointless, really. So maybe I need to readdress that. Maybe I need to fussy tear. Let's fussy tear and hope that it works. So this is our torn part for, you know, everything else I've done straight lines. This is our random look piece. Just realized I'm losing all that pretty background that I was working to keep, and I could have just turned it around and used the white space if I was just going to end up covering the entire piece. So, which would have been fine. It's not the end of the world. Were you telling me? Were you yelling at me? You're just covering over your tag. Like, what's the point? And you would be quite right. What is the point? I think I need to bring that over that way a bit. Okay, so want to ink around this. And I think maybe a bit of book page or something as well. So you don't need to make your window something where something's removed from. It can just have a permanent fixture if you like. Sorry, I'm probably completely off camera when I've been inking. So used to doing it close to me. Crumbs. It's such a crummy thing to do. Where are my book page pieces? Hello, where are you? There you are. I've buried you. Oh, music. There's a little scrap of music. Do we want to use that? It has got a cut edge, so let's cut a circle out of it for one of my bauble journals that I was making. Peeking out there, I like that. Oh, do I like the other side better? Yep, I like the other side better. Hasn't got words on it and it's got more notes. That's why I like the other side better. Still dealing with those crumbs. I'm just going to pop it about there. Check position again. Oh, I do like that. I think that's pretty. I'm not going to put anything in this top corner because I'll put something over the plastic to hide those marks. So I think we're good to go. I'm just going to whip in with the tacky glue, and we are almost at time, so I'm going to hurry up, I hope, and get this done. I hope you've enjoyed watching this project come together as I sort of fluff around and try and make a decision on what I want to do. I've just been having some fun. It's fun playing sometimes without a clear idea of what you actually want to do with an item. It's part of the exploration, part of the creativity. So I hope that's been fun for you to watch and see what I came up with. Oops. Oh, slide it over. No, it's not going anywhere. That's where it's landed. So hopefully it's over far enough. Like that. Okay, so line this up here. And flip it over and make sure. Could slide it over a little bit more. About there. How's that looking? Make sure it's straight, would be good. Okay, I think about there it's going to have to be. Right, so I am just going to hold it up and glue. Sorry, you won't be able to see what I'm doing here. So I'm not having to randomly position it and maybe get it off kilter. I'm just going to put some glue there so it holds it in precisely the right place. Then once that's adhered, I can go around and do the other sides. And then it's not going to move on me. I'm going to end up gluing it in the wrong position and it's not working with the window. One of the benefits of these needle-nosed bottles. So you can just slide your tip under there and do it. Get it down where you want. And our little tag angle there. There we go. So I will make something to go in there. I will do this in writing paper, so we only need to go as far as that line. I'll probably take it a little bit over just to strengthen that a bit more maybe, although it's already covered in this. So now I just want to put a little label or a word or something over that. So I'm just going to grab something from Spring Bounty Ephemera, I think. See if we can find the right little thing that looks good. It's a little bit long for what I want. It's a bit big. Little faux stamp, that's cute. I want something, I think, across. Too big. Could put a doily. No. That would be a no. Oh, what about this one? Do that one. I'm just wondering whether I need something with text on. No. Sorry, I'm almost done, people. Hang in there. We're coming to the end. It's quite long, but I think I like that one better. Email par avion. Oh, decisions. We could go something round. No, round. I like round things, but it's just not speaking to me. Oh, that's kind of cool. I know, I'm taking far too long. There, that one will do. Right. So let's glue that on, ink it up first. Just cover over those marks from the postal machine. Right. Actually, I think I'll use tacky glue since it's going on that acetate stuff, just to make sure it stays. I'm sure glue stick would probably be okay, but not going to take any chances. So this will be in the Eclectic Florals Journal, this piece. So if you want to go in the giveaway, then go and watch the giveaway video and you'll find all the instructions there. And then if you want this video to count as an additional entry, then you need to do the giveaway video first before you comment on this one, because I'm having to manually track it all, and if you comment on this one first, then I won't know that this is an additional entry. I hope that makes sense. Let me know if you've got any issues with that, with what I just said. Okay, so there we go. Just a quick little show on our journal page. So little side tuck / pocket, whatever you want to call it, flips over. So I need to do something for this window envelope, and it flips open. Then we've got this lovely piece here that just flips open, and we've got writing space. We'll have something over this, not sure what, whether I'll do a pocket or something there as well. And then we've just got this little pocket tuck, side tuck here. So that was fun. I really enjoyed that. Something just like random, no real plan, as you know, because I was just making it up as I went along. And a focal point on here as well, I think, but I want to take from that same gardening book, and I'm not going to spend time on that right now. So there we go. Thanks for joining me, my friends. I hope this video quality is a lot better than my previous one, but let me know any feedback. I'd be more than happy to hear what you think. There is shadowing. I will keep thinking about how I might be able to change that. Okay, take care, my friends. I will see you back for Wednesday video. Bye for now.